With the second episode of She-Hulk now available on Disney Plus, it's clear to anyone that watches that Marvel did a great job of marketing this series. It's exactly like they told us it would be. They marketed it as cringe, unfunny, feminist garbage that loves to hate on men. And that's exactly what this series is. And now Marvel and the Access Media are doing everything they can to stop the backlash. They are desperate to change the narrative surrounding She-Hulk and, of course, blame the fans because that's what they always do. She-Hulk's review bombing proves IMDb's biggest ratings problem. And it would be one thing if it was just another Screen Rant, just another garbage to your website article. But guess who's promoting this? Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo quotes part of this. The rise in bad faith IMDb reviews, particularly for projects led by women and or BIPOC, threatens to render the site's scores meaningless if the problem is not addressed. Yes, Mark Ruffalo coming out and trying to throw people under the bus and trying to say, look, these are the reasons there's so much backlash. It's just because of this review bombing that's creating this narrative out there. You know what created a narrative about She-Hulk? Marvel created it. Disney Marvel created it when they decided that that's the way they would market it. When every single cast member, every single person behind the camera came out and said the exact same thing. This is not for you. Unless you're a 30-something single lonely activist who despises men, we didn't make this show for you. When you tell people that's what this show is going to be about, and then the show comes out and that is what it's about, you shouldn't be surprised if a lot of longtime fans of this franchise, a lot of longtime fans of this genre aren't very happy about it and voice their displeasure. That's what's going on right now when you're looking at review bombing. And the very fact that this article kind of buries the lead a little bit, the fact that before this series came out, there were more fake 10-star reviews than there were fake 1-star reviews. But no, you're just gonna blame it on those toxic people who gave it ones. That led to all of this. This is an absolute joke. And the fact that you have Mark Ruffalo out here trying to boost this is just laughable. Let's take a look. In the wake of its premiere, She-Hulk Attorney at Law has become the latest in a growing list of movies and television series that have fallen victim to review bombing on the website IMDb. The Internet Movie Database, popularly known as IMDb, has become a go-to resource for casting, news, release date, and audience reviews of films and shows. Let me just say this. You can use IMDb if you want to. You absolutely can. However, if you're using it and you're not acknowledging the fact that it's not always 100% accurate, you're an idiot. Like, people can just put stuff on IMDb. That's a thing, which is why you see some garbage from time to time get put up there just from fans or just from people who think they might know something. Turns out to be completely non-accurate. However, as exposed by the review bombs of She-Hulk and other recent projects, IMDb's intent to offer a credible index of genuine audience reviews has been massively undermined by one of its own rules and the site's rise in popularity. The rise in bad faith IMDb reviews, particularly for projects led by women and or BIPOC, threatens to render the site's scores meaningless if the problem is not addressed. She-Hulk Attorney at Law is an MCU comedy series. Wow, isn't that supposed to make you laugh or something? If it's a comedy series, I think they're failing in that regard. The show's looking to break new ground. Its episode has drawn comparisons between the character of She-Hulk and Deadpool, with the series looking to deliver a similar sort of self-aware fourth wall breaking. The show's received critical acclaim, yet before any episodes became available to the public, many IMDb users sought to undermine the series by leaving as many 1-star reviews as possible, striving to create a negative narrative around the latest Marvel release. And if you need a reminder, let's just go to this story from over a week ago, right? When they started coming out and started trying to pass this blame. Even then, even very early on, what was it? More fake 10-star reviews than fake 1-star reviews before this series came out. Well, now that it's come out, now that people have had an opportunity to actually watch She-Hulk and see what garbage it is, well, it looks like the 1-stars are vastly outweighing everything else because a lot of people don't like this series. They don't like the way it was marketed. They don't like the message behind it. And they think it's incredibly poorly executed along with terrible CGI. That's the reality. And the backlash, although a lot of people, I'm sure, are leaving very disingenuous, 1-star reviews, a lot of people are leaving very disingenuous 10-star reviews as well, even after this series has been out. But this article and Mark Ruffalo, by boosting it, is trying to set a very specific narrative. The policy of allowing users to review movies and TV shows before they've been released has created an online culture war that renders many of the site scores useless in terms of gauging audience reaction. As of late, the review bombing of Marvel movies and shows has become a growing problem, from Eternals to Ms. Marvel to Moon Knight, all falling victim. Now listen, when you look at Moon Knight, look at this. This is Moon Knight right now. Moon Knight is a 7.3, like so many 10, 9, 8, 7-star reviews. Barely any 1-star reviews. But you're claiming that this has gotten review bombed as well, that it's creating an online culture war. Miss me with that shit. Look at Moon Knight. I feel like Moon Knight obviously overcame any of that negativity surrounding it. You know what else is something that did? How about Prey? You're trying to tell me that projects with women of color and all this stuff, they get review bombed on IMDb. Well, I remember a lot of people talking about Prey. They thought it was going to be bad. Look at Prey right now. Look at the 1-star reviews compared to the 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6 reviews. Looks like Prey is doing pretty well despite being led by a woman, despite being someone of indigenous descent. Like all this bullshit that you're trying to pass off didn't affect Prey. It's almost like if they put something out there that a lot of people like, it will overcome any of that negativity surrounding your review bombing. But you want to pass it off to the fans. You want to pass it off and blame the fans and blame IMDb in reality for allowing this to happen. And they do mention later on in this article, they finally bring up the fake 10-star reviews, but the way they do it, they essentially pass it off as, well, they had to rise up and counteract all of the fake 1-star reviews. They had to counteract the hate. That's why it leaves a cloudy audience picture. But in reality, like I said, the very first article that was written about review bombing, even then, even that early on, there were more fake 10-star reviews than fake 1-star reviews. Yet you're putting all of the blame on the people that are leaving the fake negative reviews as opposed to the fake positive reviews. Now, really, what this article is trying to do, they're trying to get IMDb to change the way that they do things. They don't want them to do it before something releases. And to be honest with you, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I don't think anybody should be reviewing something before it's out there, regardless of whether it's an actual review or not. I don't think it should happen. But the idea that they are getting so desperate and they are blaming like all of this stuff, they're saying, well, it's just all toxicity. That's why this is happening. Look at some of the replies to Mark Ruffalo's tweet, and it'll tell you some of the reality surrounding this narrative. Disbrew basically just says, hey, can we get a review of episode 2? I'd love to hear what you think about the show's positive. Episode 2, waste of time. 20 minutes, nothing fucking happens. This show's garbage. They hate on men a little bit. You're supposed to feel bad for her because she's a woman. She has to go through these things that men don't have to. That's episode 2's review. Holy shit, it's terrible. We reject woke, which is not anti-woman POC, LGBTQ, etc. It's anti-shoving the message down our throats. Natalie says people are tired of the woke crap. Stop pushing demographic narcissism disguised as profound storytelling. I'm angry about catcalling. Yeah, we talked about that. Wizard of Oz didn't have this problem in 1939. Audiences don't hate women, they hate shitty movies and shows. Someone pointed out the same thing I did about Prey. Prey seems to be doing pretty well, doesn't it? And then look at this. You're right, Mark. People really need to be honest. Look at all these 10-star reviews. Can't believe some idiots are already reviewing it 1-star when it hasn't released. He gives it a 10-star. Please don't give negative reviews. It has not been released yet. Please don't give any negative reviews. I'm giving a 10-star to counter the negative reviews. MCU haters have rated it 1 before it even releases. Therefore, to balance the hate out, I'll give it a 10. Early review bombing needs to stop. I'm pretty sure it won't be a 10, but I'm positive it won't be a 1, so I give it a 10. Like, look at this shit. Come on, dude. All these people admitting that they are giving it fake reviews, but no, Screen Rant doesn't want to talk about that. Mark Ruffalo doesn't want to talk about that. They just want to, once again, blame the fans who have a problem with the way that this is marketed, that the way that this is being executed, everything about this show. It goes along with the normal playbook. Make something that is focused on anything other than entertaining people. Make something that is focused on the message, on identity politics, on shoving the narrative down people's throats. 2, people have a problem with that. And they don't like that. They don't like the marketing. They don't like it when it actually comes out. What's the third step in this equation? Of course, the studio and the media come together to blame fans for not liking this. Same old story. We will continue to see it time after time. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.